How's it going, guys? Today I'm working on one of the 24-inch, what we call the edgers, 24-inch walk behinds. The got a wobble to it. I think it's got a bent arm. I'll show you how to take these arms off. They're a little tricky. But anyway, what you do is make sure you let your pitch all the way down. That way you got a lot of slack in your cable. If you get under the bottom, you can take a take a chisel and stick it in between here and raise this up. That's all I got right here. Take this out, see it'll drop. Stick your chisel up in there, raise that up. All right, let's see. Once you get it raised up, if you look right up in here, right back there, there's a bolt and a nut. Let's see if I can zoom in on it a little bit. Yeah, right up in there. On top of your arm, you'll look back up in here. There's a nut. Once you loosen that nut up, it'll slide up. Just so I can get this back up in there a little bit. There you go. All right, got me a little more slack. There's a nut up there. It looks like, you can see that one right there back there. Loosen that nut, and it's got like kind of like a set screw. With the set screw, it'll be, I've already got this in here took out, so I'll pull it out. But it looks pretty much like this. You loosen it up, and you take that Allen screw. But you can take your fingers in there and turn the Allen screw to loosen it up, to pull these out. But what I was doing, I was checking them. Got like a little seal right there. I've got one back here that I done checked this when I was showing y'all how to get them off. You can take these off. I was gonna put it in my jig here to get my pitch, you know, for my blades, but you got like about 1.5 inch gap, so I figured the easy way to do it. I got a little bull float right here I'll use for a straight edge. What I'll do is I'll take that and I'll just roll it. Make sure you got about the same gap. If you see the gap gets closer, get it set up there. If the gap gets closer out here, then you'll have a bent arm. It'll pretty much be like it right there. It'll be touching. I can get over here steady where you can see. That looks pretty decent. So what I'll do is I'll put that back on since it don't look like it's bent. These are here whenever you take these pitch pieces off, you just loosen this nut, and then there's an Allen screw. You break that loose. And it's got like a little tit on the inside. It actually lines up in this. But I'll show you a little trick on these. On the way it's got this little ridge, that's what locks your blade up in your spider, up in your little arm. This right here, what I done on one of them, well actually this one, see that over there? See, that's to set your screw, for your screw to set in so it don't turn, so it have something to hold it sturdy, locks it into that so it don't twist as it gets loosened. So what I done once before is I took and measured back, I think it's 3/8 of an inch. I took a trench for a punch and punched me a little dent, and I drilled out just a little notch. What that does, that'll allow you, if your arm is bent one way just a hair, which these things always bend, they're going to bend one way or the other over time because the way you have to pick up on them and push down on them to make them go, it just over time the arms will slowly bend up, all of them. So usually if you change one, it'll make it wobble a little bit or whichever. But I end up drilling a little notch on that one to flip the arm over because it may have had just a tad bit of a bend. That way it'll level itself out over time. But pretty much put that on. Whenever I go to put these, set my jig, or which would be my jig for my arm for these screws right here, what I did is usually I'll just take a tape measure and measure it. Make sure they're all about the same, about 5/8. And like this one. See, oh, I can get down there. Get them all the well, they're all about the same. And then once you put them on, you can run it and see if, pitch your blade a little bit, and if it seems like it's got just a little bit of wobble, you can take a 1/2 inch wrench and reach up in there and loosen this up, and that's a 5/16, and you can just turn it just a hair to adjust it one way or another a little bit, work them out, makes it a little bit easier. But hopefully that'll help you. If you have any questions, just give me a comment. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, that way you can keep up with more of my videos. Thanks.